What's up guys, I'm coming at you with pretty much a pure Lightsworn build. Now obviously most people think of pure as literally just Lightsworn cards purely, but this is the most predominant engine in this deck is the Lightsworn engine. Everything else is just either a small engine or something to get us to the Lightsworns and that type of thing. This is link ready, evidently, as you can see by the fact that I'm using things like Mrs. Radiant and Ib. But apart from that, let's get into it. I'm just going to say I'm sorry about the awkward angle. If my hands seem like they're doing awkward things, it's because of my setup is terrible currently. I am waiting for to borrow a camera from a friend. So to start off, we have the 2 Judgment Dragon and the 2 Punishment Dragon. Just trying to reduce the glare on them. There we go. So Punishment Dragon, Judgment Dragon, obviously this one's pretty self-explanatory. For Lightsworn was different names in the graveyard, and you can summon it and then bomb the field by paying 1,000. This one, I think this is just as good as Judgment Dragon because it recycles everything except for Lightsworns. This includes all your one-offs like your Reigekis, your grasses, your etc, etc, etc. Any one-offs that you want, or even your Brilliant Fusion engine, so you can recycle your Brilliant Fusion engine and just use it again and again and again, which I think is absolutely amazing. Sorry, before I move on, Judgment Dragon obviously mills 4 in the end phase. Punishment Dragon will do the same, but only when a Lightsworn activates its effect after that effect is resolved. So, yeah, that's those two. Then on to the actual named Lightsworns. We have Triple Raiden, a Triple Wolf, and Double Felis as sort of the main bodies that you want to be summoning. Literally, these are just for mill. Obviously, you can only get these off of mills. This Felis from monsters, but this from anything that sends to the graveyard from the deck, including your Brilliant Fusion and your Foolish Burial, etc, etc. This just starts your plays by milling 2 in your turn, and it's a tuner, so what else could you really want? Then to the one-off level 4s, we have a single Lila, a single Jane, and a single Eren. These are literally just for names. I would be playing a Garoth as well, but I don't have one, and I'll say which card I'll be replacing that out for later on in the profile. But obviously this one pops, this one gains attack, so it's essentially like a 21 stick, and this one spins defense position monsters, which can be useful when you're just pushing for game and your opponent's just setting stuff. Then for 3s, you've got your Lightsworn Lumina, which gets back banished monsters by banishing a Lightsworn, and it does mill 3 when another Lightsworn activates its effect. Lumina gets back from the graveyard and mills 3 in the end phase. Then one Minerva, literally use it just for milling extra cards. You never really use its main effect of searching like a JD. Then finally there's one Arcus. Its effect is hardly ever really going to be used to stop targeting because we have Ib, but it's still quite useful. Plus it's just another name and something you can dump off of Solar Recharge. So those are literally all the Lightsworns I run. I don't run Raikou, I don't run any of that other garbage. To be honest, I think all the rest of the Twilight Swans are crap because they don't really do anything. Like, Raikou's okay, but it's level 2, so yeah. Then we have the Triple Snow, and to tutor out our big dragons, we have the Triple Eclipse. So this obviously banishes this, and then when this is sent to the grave by any means, you banish one of your big guys, and then when it gets banished, you get it back. So you'll obviously be banishing this off of this, and then you can get it back and that's just strong. This banishes all of your Lightsworns and makes your Twilight Swan Lumen alive. Yeah, so that's really all of those. Obviously, falls for rank 4 plays. Then we have Triple Goblin Bag. Need to get 2 more Starfoils. A single Thousand Blades, a single Trick Clown, and a Spore, which becomes relevant with the rest of the stuff that I'm about to show you. So this is a searchable, just a searchable rank 4 maker. This you get off of your Invoker, or if you brick this, you can get this off of Invoker and still carry on with the plays. This combos with this because once you bring this back by its own effect and this is in the graveyard, you will bring this back. So technically, if this is in the graveyard, this is an instant rank 4/link monster. Like, you can go into Ib with these two, which is kind of cool, and then this you banish plants to make it a level 4, and it's a tuner, so, you know, if like a monster stops existing on the field that you wanted to make something with, you can just use this instead, which is useful. You can only use this effect once per duel, which is kind of annoying, because when you start throwing things back into the deck with Punishment Dragon, this can become dead once you've used it. So this might be coming out for Groth instead. So yeah. Then we do the triple Lonefire, triple Scorpio, 1 Darling Tonia Cobra. So this gets this, this gets this, and then this gets Brawl Fusion. Also, if you have either this or this and a monster in hand, then it's an instant Mrs. Radiant. Mrs. Radiant, Seraphonite, and a Minerva, which is useful, and then whatever the rest of your hand is will dictate how much more you can actually go with the deck with that turn. So yeah. Then we have Garnet. Obviously you don't want to draw it, but you're playing 60 cards, so you're never really going to draw this at all. I hardly ever draw this, and if I do draw it, I can put it back with Punishment Dragon or Emerald. Then double Ghost Ogre, because Ghost Ogre's Ghost Ogre. That's all the monsters, so I don't play Maxi because I sold my ulti and I can't be bothered to get a new one because it's probably going to be hit on the next ban list. So then we have triple Brilliant Fusion and triple Solar Recharge. Brilliant Fusion is obvious to make Seraphonite for more summons. This is to unbrick your names and just move you through the deck by 4 cards. I wouldn't be playing Desires because this card exists, and you play so many names that Desires becomes irrelevant, and this becomes just useful. Plus Desires, you can't actually get the stuff back from Desires with Punishment Dragon. So, yeah. Then for 2 ofs, 2 Charge and 2 Twin Twister. Back row, Searching and Mills. This mills you for this is another card that gets you 4 cards into the deck, which is really good. That's all the 2 elves. And then we have like 5 1-elves and a trap, so the grass, 1 allure because I literally play like 4 targets. So yeah, it can be useful, but I'm thinking of taking this out for something else, probably like another normal Lumina. Soul Charge, Reinforcements, Foolish Burial, those are all very obvious stuff, you know. This this may as well just say summon Wolf from the deck, because that's all you do with it, really, realistically. And then Soul Mourning, because I couldn't think of another card. So yeah. That should be 60 cards. If it's not, then somebody correct me. And I'm sure that will be done very viciously, because it's YouTube. So for links, we have Mrs. Radiant. Ib, the World Chalice Priestess, and a Deco Talker. Like, this is your main one to go into, and it's kind of cool. But you can go into Deco Talker if you open up the same combo and a way into Goblinberg, that's it. If you open like Goblinberg and the Brill Fusion combo, you can get this out instead, and this is actually a little bit more useful because, yeah, but I don't play the Gofu because the Gofu combo takes up too many spaces in the extra deck, and there's too many important cards to play. Then we play the obvious Seraphonite because Brill Fuse. Then Michael, Black Rose. These would be my only 7s, but because I'm waiting on 2 Omegas, I'm playing the 1 clearing. This will be coming out for an Omega, so if you plan to net deck this, take this out for Omega. Then for 8s, we play the Stardust Spark, which is also going to be an Omega. So again, if you're going to net deck, take this out for Omega. And then 1 Starlight, because this is literally like our Cowboy. Because Cowboy's shit and this isn't in this format. Like, obviously Cowboy was amazing in other formats, but this is so much better. Then for our Xyz, we play like the Invoker for the Predaplant, 1 Abyss Dweller for like Draco and stuff. And I guess like World Chalice in a way to stop them from being able to do extra combos. Emerald, Minerva, which is really pretty. I actually really like the secret rare. Tornado Dragon and Bujinki Amaterasu. I will be siding the other Dweller because Minerva's just too important not to have a second one, and I constantly hate having to try and find a way to shuffle this one back to get this to use it again with this, or you know, Michael's effect. So you know, and also there's a cool application with this that, you know, if you banish your Ghost Ogre, then you use it, and then you create it, make this, and then your opponent does something, you can chain this, get the Ghost Ogre back to hand, and then when they try and use an effect, you can just Ghost Ogre it instead, and it puts pressure on them. So this is actually really cool. That's pretty much it, if I'm honest. This is literally just a first draft, so any constructive criticism would be appreciated. So I'm not actually that new to the deck, I just haven't really got the cards yet. But this is not going to be a budget build. I'm not really too much of a fan of doing budget builds. If you want to do a budget version of this deck, then I'm fairly sure if you put in budget Lightsworn, then anything will come up. But I personally don't want to be doing budget builds, because I want to do things that actually work rather than things that just constantly get trashed on whenever you just simply go to locals. So again, thanks for watching. I hope you do enjoy this profile. I should be doing some test hands soon, probably tomorrow, with this deck, and hopefully soon the rest of the cards will arrive and I'll do an updated list, as well as like some more content. So thank you so much for watching. I've been Pixel Reaper and you have been awesome. I will see you in the next video.